Hello world and welcome to this new tutorial. My name is Nelson Fujo, and in today's video we are going to be solving the CASPA Inter-Regional Mock 2024 paper 3 tax 8 database. So get set and visit the website cameroongcrevision.com to download the paper or get the app Kaulo from the Play Store or App Store. Begin, we are going to start with some short notes on the question paper itself. Important definitions. We're going to start with the database. The database is an organized collection of data that is stored and managed to make it easy to access, retrieve, update, and manipulate. Next, we have a relational database, which is a type of database that stores data in a structured format using tables. These tables are connected to each other through relationships based on shared data values, which are the keys. A table is a basic structure within a relational database where data is stored. It consists of rows and columns. Let's look at the rows and columns. The column is simply the attributes or the fields. Another name for column is field of the data. Each column has a specific data type, which may be an integer, text, or date. Let's look at an example. In a student's table, columns could be student ID, name, age, and class. Next, we have rows, which represent individual records in a table where each row contains a unique set of data corresponding to the columns. For example, the row of the student table might be Alice, 20 female ICT, which are the various information or the records of a particular person, which is Alice. This could be her age, and here it tells us that she's a female and she offers ICT. Next, we are going to move on to a field name. It is the name of a column in a table that identifies the type of data stored in that table. For example, in a table called students, student ID, name, and age are the field names. So the field names are just the headings you see at the top of each row, each column. The data type specifies the type of data that can be stored in that field. It ensures that only valid data is entered into a field. Next, we have a field size, which defines the maximum amount of data that can be stored in a field. It is particularly relevant for text or numeric fields. Next, we have an entity, which represents a real-world object or concept that has distinct attributes and can be stored as a record in a database table. Each entity corresponds to a table in a relational database. For example, student entity with attributes like student ID, name, age. Another example could be a book entity with attributes book ID, title, author. So you just need to note here that an entity is like the table name. Next, we have relationship, which refers to the connection between two or more tables within a relational database. These relationships are established through keys, primary and foreign keys, to allow data to be linked and queried together. We move with a query. A query is simply a request to perform a specific operation on data within a database. For example, selecting just females from a student's table containing both males and females will result in a new table with just females, because a query was sent to the table to sort out just the females. Next, we have an appendix. It is a supplementary section at the end of a document that provides additional information, tables, charts, or references to support the main content. So at the end of every table or work schedule, you're going to see an appendix that will help you with some word definitions or particular data or additional information that will be necessary while working in the main file. Now let's visualize all these concepts in a database. So we have our database, two tables, the student table and the course table. The student table has as field names student ID, student name, student class, student gender, course ID. The course table has as attributes course ID, course name, and course data. So these are the few names and they are the attributes of each table. The entities, the student table, student is an entity here and course is also one. Next, you have the columns. This is one column, another column, another column. Course ID is also a column, course name is a column, and course date is a column. For the rows or the records, these are the records of particular individuals, as you can see. Next, we have a field size. So we are just checking on all what we have learned. As you can see, the student class has as values USS1, USS2, USSA4, and as you can realize, the field size of this particular column of field is 4, meaning the maximum number of characters you can take is 4. The same thing for student gender, just 1 as field size. Another thing is a relationship. We can see here there is a relationship between the student table and the course table. Here is our primary key for the student table. Student ID gives us the primary key because each value here uniquely identifies the records in this table. For the course table, our primary key is the course ID. Now we realize that course ID is also in the student table. So here course ID is the foreign key. Foreign key because it is a primary key in another table, and it being here as a foreign key links the two tables, forming a database. And what you can see here in total is a relational database model of any database. This is student course database. So that's it for the short notes. We are going to dive directly into the question paper itself of the CASPA Mock 2024 Tax A database. But before we start that, we're going to play a game. I want you to like this video and subscribe, and if by the end of the video you are not satisfied or you have not understood anything, unsubscribe and unlike the video, and let's see how we catch up the next video. Thank you. Okay, if you are done subscribing and liking, let's dive into the question paper itself. Tax A database, 25 marks of the CASPA Mock 2024, paper 3. Time allowed is 2 hours, and there are 3 taxes: tax A, tax B, and tax C. 10 marks for tax C programming, 20 marks for tax B spreadsheet, and 25 marks for tax A database. In this video, we'll focus only on tax A database, 25 marks. Okay, so without wasting more time, we're going to start. The library of a school has just been filled with new books. The library attendant has a major problem keeping track of the books in the shelf and those on loan. A reader in this college may have more than one book out on loan. Apart from the reader ID, bracket identity, a reader may also have the following information of obvious meaning: surname, first name, title, address, town, sex, and a book. Book ID, book title, author, publisher, and date of birth. That is the date of publication. Alright. Question 1. In your answer booklet, describe these tables in terms of relation and attribute names. 2 marks. Question 2. Create a database file name library. 1 mark. Question 3. Create a table name reader with the following attributes defined below. 2 marks. So we have the attribute names, we have the different attributes, the few names, we have the data type of the corresponding. Oh, there's no data type for town. We'll just assume it is a text. The same thing for sex. Field size here 1, field size here 9, field size here 20, 20. Okay, so we have the properties, the data type, and the few names. Next, do a screen capture that shows the structure in design view, including the property section. Paste in Word document and save as reader attributes in your candidate folder. Populate the table using data from appendix A. Save and close. So let's check the table. Appendix A. Okay, this is appendix A. We have the book table, and this is exactly the data we are going to populate with. This is the reader table and the data that we're going to use to populate reader table, as well as the loan table. Good. Create a table name book following the attributes defined below. So the same thing here. Populate the table using the data in appendix A, safe and close. Create another table called loan with these attributes. Good. Populate the table using data from appendix A, safe and close. Print all 3 tables. 1 mark. Okay. Create a relationship for 3 entities. Do a screenshot and screen capture of the relationship window. Paste in Word document and save as relationship. Create a query for each of the following. Save and print a copy. Books on loan using only book ID, title, author, and date taken. List of female readers who have at least loaned a book using only reader ID, surname, first name, town, sex, book title, and date taken. Okay, so this is a continuation. This is not a point, it's a continuation. List of books which have been taken at least once and whose date of publication is before January 2013. Alright, so now that we know that, we are going to proceed with the first question. As I told you guys, the first thing is to go through all the question, even if you are just skimming through, but at least read it, and you should be extremely fast while doing that. After going through all the question, now go back again one by one, not to commit a mistake and to know exactly what next you should do to avoid certain errors. So question 1 says your answer bullet describe these tables in terms of relation and attribute names. So that we have a reader table. The relation contains the details of the readers. Of the readers. Attributes, reader ID, which is the primary key, surname, first name, title, address, town, sex. Next table we have the book table. The relation, it contains details of books. Attributes, book ID, which is the primary key, title, author, publisher, date of proof. And lastly, loan table. The relation here is links the readers to the books borrowed. The attributes here are reader ID, which is a foreign key referencing to reader, and the book ID foreign key referencing to book. Good. So that's it. We have finished question 1. We go next to the next question, which is question 2. Create a database file name library. So to create a database, it's simple. You just need to call your database. I have Microsoft Access. You open your database management system and you create a new database. As the question said, we are going to call it library. You type library. It's case sensitive, so we maintain the name exactly as it was given. You have 1 mark after doing that. Question 3a. Create a table name reader with the following attributes as defined below. So we are going to go back and create a table. To create a table, you just go to your design view, you name your table. Our first table will be the book table, but they said reader, so we are going to say reader. Our first table will be the reader table. Put the name and save. Being in the design view, these are the 2 views here. Here you have the design view and here you have the datasheet view. All of that could be seen here. Good. So in the design view, our first field name is reader ID. It is a text and text field size 6. So you are going to type reader ID. Here you put the data type of reader ID. It is a text. Here we are just going to say short text or long text depending on the name. And down here you put the field size, which is 6. The next field name is a surname. Surname is also a short text with field size 20. The next we have first name. First name has a data type text and field size 20. Next we have the phone number, which has a data type number, so we'll put number as it is an integer. Field size 9. Yeah, Microsoft Access do not allow field sizes for integers, so we just put integer down here, because if you put a number, like any number, and you try to shift, it's going to bring an error message, so you just need to put integer. Next we have town, and here we know that town is a short text. Now let's just try and look at the field size. We go to our appendix and look at the reader table. Here's the reader table. So town is a text, not specified. Sex is also a text of field size 1, but here, as you can see, it takes a text that is larger than just one item. Wow, this is an error, and we might report it in our question paper in the answer booklet, because while populating we won't be able to write it like this. So the only thing to do is you go to your answer booklet where you will leave the space, so I think the first space to write the relationships somewhere here. You just need to make a comment on question 3a saying that the appendix doesn't have a field size of 1. The appendix has a field size greater than 1, about 7, 5. Yeah, the maximum field size of the sex is 5. So just 1 won't give, so we are not going to put 1. We'll put 5 for in case of the appendix. Yeah, we need appendix to work, so we're going to put 5 there. For the town, it wasn't given, so we leave by default 255. Next text, short text of field size 5, so we allow 5 there, and that's it. Next, B, do a screen capture that shows the structure in design view, including the property section. Paste in a Word document and save as reader attributes in your candidate folder. So we are going to screenshot the attributes. I'm going to press on print screen, or you just call the snipping tool. As you call the snipping tool, you press on new, you screenshot just this part, and you are asked to save. You are asked to save it in your candidate folder. This is my candidate folder. I enter my candidate folder, and I rename the screenshot as reader attribute. Reader attribute, okay, and I click on save. I close the snipping tools. I go to the next question, see, which says populate the table using data from appendix A. Save and close. We look for appendix A. Here is appendix A. This is the reader table, so we have to populate this. To do that, we just change view. We go to the data sheet view, easily populate. So this is our table form, and we have to populate it with this data. So I'm going to do that extremely fast. So apparently phone number won't allow us to put a number longer than 4 characters, so we're going to change that. We come back here to the field size and we put long integer. Good. and yeah, let's check it as okay. Okay. Oh, apparently the field size of 6 is 6, not 5. So add this to 6. We are done completing the readers table. We are done populating the readers table. Let's go to the next question. Populate table using the data from appendix A, save and close. Done. But we have saved it. Print all it. Oh no, this is the question here. My bad, sorry. Do a screen capture that shows the structure in design view, including paste it in a Word document. Save as reader attribute in your candidate folder. Alright, so we forgot to paste it in a Word document and save as reader attribute. So reader attribute was for the document, not the image. To solve that, we are going to open Word on our terminal. Go to the new document, go to insert a picture from this device, and we are going to enter our candidate folder, locate the image. Okay, so this is for the attributes, and we put Ctrl S, browse back to the desktop. Okay, I'm going to call this reader attributes. Save. Okay, now that we have saved it completely, we'll go back to the question and read. C. Populate the table using the data from appendix A, save and close. So we did that. We populated our table, and you can save it and close it. Good. Next, create a table name book with the following attributes as defined below. We go to create the table, we change the design, and we save it as book. The various field names are book ID, title, author, date, pub, publisher, and the data type given. You can see here in the appendix it is written date of pub, but the field name given to us here is date pub. We are going to comment and follow the appendix because we need to reproduce exactly what is in the appendix. So we are beginning following the appendix. The first field name is book ID, which is a short text of field size 20. Next we have title, a short text of field 20. Next we have author, a field size, a field name of data type, short text, and field size 220. Next we have date of proof. As I said, we are following for the appendix date of proof. So date of proof is date. Yeah, they don't have field size. So we just put date and time, date slash time. After date of proof, we have publisher as field name of data type, short text, and field size 20. Good. So we are done with the attributes. We'll go back to the question. Create a table name book with the following attributes as defined below. So we have done this. Populate the table using data from appendix A, save and close. Okay, we have done that. Create another table name loan with the following attributes. Okay, so I save this and I close. I have to populate with the values in appendix A. Here we're not asked to screenshot anything, so we are just going to populate, and alongside we are going to create another table loan. We're not asked to screenshot, so we'll leave it. We'll just do this one. I'm just going to create the next table before populating both tables by the end. Yeah, create another table name loan with the following attributes. Okay, so I'm going to come to create table. As I change field, it will prompt me to enter the name of the table, and here the name of the table is loan. The first field name there is book ID. Book ID, which is a short text of field size 6. Next we have reader ID, which is a short text of field size 6. We have date taken, which is date slash time, and date due. We have date taken, which is date slash time, and lastly date due, which is date slash time. Okay, so we are populating the table one by one. We'll start with the book. To populate the book table, we go to the appendix and look at all the values of book. So we are going to populate it with this. So we realize that here the field size is longer than 20, so you comment that and change. I'm going to change the field size of title to maybe 15, and we continue populating. So that's it, guys. Book table populated successfully. Next table is the loan table. Populate the table using data from appendix A, save and close. So this is appendix A and this is the loan data. We are going to use this data to populate our table. So done populating the table, we are going to check the next. It says save and close. Let's check that. Create another table name loan with the following attributes. Populate the table using data from appendix A. Save and close. Print all trade tables. Okay, to print all trade tables, let's first save them. To print all trade tables, we are going to get them one by one, screenshot them, and add them to the Word file, because before you print you must obviously have a Word document. Okay, so to do that, you could instead go and print the image, but it's advisable to do that saving in your Word document. You start with the reader table, you use your snipping tools to screenshot, and you save in your candidate folder before accessing it through the Word document. So let's do that first. Okay. Oh, we already had something with reader attributes, so this screenshot is not necessary. We close the reader table, we open the loan table, and we invite the snipping tools. Snipping tool, new screenshot. Okay, so we save that as loan attributes, loan table. Oh, these were the attributes, not the table. Loan table. Save the loan table. That means we still have to screenshot the reader table, save in the directory. Okay. Good. Save to close. Our last table is the book table. The last table, the book table. Good. We go to the next question. The next question says print all the tables. You could either allow it like that, or you put in a Word document. That means here no precision was given, so you could bring the images to the examiner and he's going to print the images as they are. Question 6 says create a relationship for the three entities, do a screen capture of the relationship window, paste in a Word document, and save as relationship. Okay, this one was specified, so we shall do that. Before you create a relationship, make sure all your tables are closed. Then you go to database tools, you click on relationships, you include all the tables by selecting them all and clicking on the add option. Now let's space it out for a better view of our relationships. Good. So here we know that book ID is not really the primary key. Let's check that from the description given up here. The identity in the readers table is reader ID. Book ID is the identity here. So no table talks about loan, but I believe in this type of cases there are usually two primary keys, both the book ID and the reader ID work as the primary key. So let's check if there's any redundant attribute here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 8. There is not, whereas here there is a redundant attribute. But to uniquely identify a date taken and a due date, you must know the book and the person. So we are going to change this. Both of them will be our primary keys. To do that, you go to your design view here, design view, and you select this one. You press on the control key, select the second one. To let the book ID and the reader ID both function as the primary key, we are going to click on the reader ID first, then press our control button CTRL. While maintaining it, we click on book ID so that both of them will be highlighted. Then we come and select primary key. See, keys are going to appear on both left side of both the book ID and the reader ID. Next, we go back to the datasheet view. We save the table and we close. In our relationship, you can see reader ID and book ID both form the primary key. As you can see, to create a relationship, I just had to drag from reader ID to the next reader ID in the loan and reinforce differential integrity. I do the same with the book table. We do same with the book. We carry book ID to the book ID in the loan table, and we enforce differential integrity to create a relationship between them. And we create, you can see it's a one-to-many relationship. That said, we have created the relationships. We now need to screenshot them. Inviting the snipping tool. Clicking on new. Screenshot this whole part. You save as relationships first, because you are going to open a Word document. As you are opening the Word document, we're going to click on new. We're going to insert an image. We click on pictures, this device, and then it's going to let us to pictures. Inside the pictures file directory, you open the screenshot folder. Screenshots, you're going to see all the screenshots that I've been doing. You open the screenshot of the relationships and adjust the size accordingly. Okay, and you save it. You're going to save it as relationship with R in capital. So Control S, browse. As we browse, we need to go to our candidate folder on the desktop. Candidate folder. Okay, so the first document we had was the reader attribute. We're going to create relationships. Let's check that again. Okay, saved. You can close the Word document. Good, so we are done with that. Next, question 7. Create a query for each of the following, save and print a copy. The first is book on loan using only book ID, title, author, and date taken. Create a query for each of the following, save and print a copy. So let's go and create a query that will sort all the books on loan using only book ID, title, author, and date taken. So to do that, we are going to go to create and create a query design. We are going to include all our tables at, you will see it will appear as in a relationship, and being here, the fields here shows the fields that we are supposed to deal with. The table name comes here. The sorting, if there's any sorting condition like ascending or descending, we put it here. Show, if you click on show, it's going to display. If you don't click, it won't display by the time we run the query. Okay, so the first field we are dealing with are the books on loan. So we are going to call on the book ID from the loan table. The next table is the title of the book, so we go to title from the book table here. The next table is author, book author. The next table, the next the date taken. The next field we need to show is the date taken. Okay, date taken should be from loan. Date taken author, title here. That means the book ID here should come from the loan table, because we are trying to trace the user who took a book here. Yeah, we want to know the title and the author of the book from the day he took it. So the book ID should come from the loan table and not the book table. Okay, so that said, we have it all. These are all the books on loan, their title, their author, and the date taken. We run the query. As you can see, this is the result. Let's just open this by increasing the size. These are the results, and you can check that in the loan table. If you open the loan table, you realize that these are all the books that were taken by this particular users this date, and this is their due date to give back the books. The query sorted that perfectly by giving us the title of the book they took from the book ID and the author of the book from the book table, and the date taken still from the loan table. So that's it. We close this. We are going to screenshot our query using the snipping tools. This is the first query 1. Oh, let me call for snipping tools. I'm going to click on new and screenshot this part. Good. Now I'm going to save it in my candidate folder as query 1. Here we are going to leave it as an image form and make sure that the image is printed by the examiner. We just save it as query 1. We can save. Let's check if you have to save the query. Create a query for each of the following. Save and print a copy. Okay, you have to save it, the query. Save query 1. Alright, no name was given, so we leave it as query 1. The next query, we go back to create a query design. We add the tables. Okay, our next query says list of female readers who have at least loaned a book using only reader ID, surname, first name, town, sex, book title, and date taken. List of female readers. So we need the female readers here. We go to reader gender, reader sex. Good, from the reader table like that. We are going to put a criteria here. It should be female. List of female reader who have at least loaned a book using only reader ID, So we get the reader ID, surname. Another way to do this is simple. When you are here, you just come and click here directly 2 times rather than looking for it. So we have the reader ID, surname, first name, town. Oh, we need to remove this, so I'm going to stay here and click on a different one. Surname, first name, town, sex. Okay, town, sex. That means this one is not supposed to be here. You can just unshow it, so that it's going to start showing us from here, first, second, third, because let's just maintain the order given in the question. Book title, good. Author and date taken. We have added all the fields. Now we need to come to the sex. Since we need just female cut before we are going to the sex. The condition tells us to list the female readers. To do that, we come to the sex field and we come to criteria option just here, and we put equal to. We open double quotes and we write female as it was put, equal to female. From our data, you can realize that the reader table has sex, male, female, good. So we need this particular one. We do that. Let me close this. Equals to female, good. I run the query design. This is it. So these are all the female. These are the female users. Their IDs, their surname, first name. This is town. I don't know why it's written there. Expression 0. Oh, it came twice. Let's unshow that. You go back to the design view. Town comes twice, so we remove one of them and run it back. Surname, first name, town, sex, title, author, and date taken. Good. So these are them. We screenshot it using our snipping tool as usual, and we save it as query 2. New query. Okay, I'm going to call this table query 2. The delimitations of your screenshot does not really matter. What matters most is all the tables should be visible. That's it. Good. We're done with query 2. We pass to the next. The last query says list of books which have been taken at least once and whose date of publication is before January 2013. Okay, this question does not tell us what we should use. This particular query is not asking, so maybe we are free of charge. We should also have one. Okay, so first we know that for a book to be taken once, it should appear in the loan table. So I'm going to take the book ID from here, and before January 13, we need date of publication from the book table. I will take this, and my criteria is simple. I'll say equal to. Here you put hashtags. No, they said before, so I'm going to put less than hashtag January 1st of January. Yeah, before January. They didn't precise the day exact, so I'll just put 1st of January 2013, and I close with the hashtag instead of a string. Data put in hashtag. Good. Okay, so here I'm taking loan because any book that appears here has been taken at least once. Instead of taking it from here, this one does not really tell us whether the book has been taken or not. This is the one that tells us that the book has been taken. Then the book comes from here because it's the only table containing the date of publication of the particular book, and the date should be less than January 2013. Making sure list of books which have been taken at least once and whose date of publication is before January 2013. Run the query. These are the results. Okay, you can see we clicked on show. We can even check the name of the book title. Okay, we run that. This is the title. So these 3 books were taken at least once and all fall before January 13. So let's check how valid this is. We go to the book table and we check a book that was ordered before January 2013 is this book, for example 2012 published, which is Lib 002. Then we check whether it has been ordered once. Lib 002, yes, has been ordered once. We check the query. Good. Lib 002 is among. We check another one. This particular book, Lib 008 is there. Lib 006. Lib 008 has been ordered once. Yes. 7. Only 7 was not taken here. So let's check Lib 007. Good. Lib 007 was ordered. No. Lib 007 was not ordered but was published before January 2013. That means Lib 007 should not be here. That tells us that our query is perfectly accurate. All we have to do is screenshot this using our snipping tools and save it as query 3. Okay, click on new and screenshot the query 3. We save as query 3. Okay. So we just need to save this one also and close. Okay, let's check my candidate folder. That said, we are done. We need to make sure that we have saved our file in our candidate folder. As you can see, it's in documents. So we need to go to desktop. Next, my candidate folder, library. We'll just say library. That was the name of the database. Save. Closed. Always enable content before editing. Alright, all the files are there, all the screenshots, the 2 documents we created, screenshots, and the file. Alright, let me close this. That was it already. Good. So I open it back to be sure that everything is inside. Book table, loan table, reader table, query 1, query 1, query 2, and query 3. Good. So I can close it and submit my work. That's it. Good job. So that's it. We are done with this paper, which was the tax A database 25 marks of the CASPA Inter-Regional Mock 2024. That said, we are going to follow up and continue with the next tax B in the next video. Thank you for watching. You have completed. Don't forget to subscribe and comment any doubts, any question, any suggestion. 1 like equals to 1 prayer, 1 share equals to 1 miracle, and 1 subscription equals to 1 blessing. All together gives 1 more video. Follow us by clicking the link in the description or joining our Telegram channel, where we have short notes explaining each detailed topic in computer science and ICT, by clicking on the link t.me NELCO Explains Computer Science, or texting or emailing us through our email 237.nelco@gmail.com. And that's it, guys. Trust the process and we move.